love speaks to me through compassion. I was 12 years old and it was my mother's husband. I did not. I guess I felt guilty because I didn't say something right away, and as it continued to happen, I guess I just got deeper and deeper into feeling like it was my fault, and I started to feel guilty for not saying something. I'm still figuring that out because I'm just now opening up and being able to talk about it. I did a very good job at putting it away in this little box and never touching it again. And now I never thought that it affected me the way that it affects other people. You know, I always felt like, oh wow, you know, I'm so strong. I looked at it as I'm so strong, you know, it never affected me. And now I look back on my life and on the choices that I've made, decisions that I make, and I know that it has affected me. And so I left my mom's house at 15 years old. When I left my mom's house, I ended up leaving with my boyfriend at the time, and I just went full blown into, you know, take care of him mode. You know, I was a 15-year-old girl, and in my mind I was married. So I went into full blown playing house, and I think it was because I wanted that family so bad that I was determined to create that on my own, even if at just 15 years old. So I think I missed out on a lot trying to do that. Well, my father was in the Dominican Republic. That's where he lives. He was always in and out of the country. And so he was never consistent in my life. And I think that I subconsciously blamed him a lot for what was happening to me. I blamed my mom a lot. It's funny because I blamed them way more than the person who was actually hurting me. You know, I went into protection mode for him too, I guess. You know, I didn't, my mom was finally happy. You know, my mom finally met somebody, and so I didn't want to ruin that for everyone. So I definitely blamed my dad a whole bunch. That is not your fault. Whew. Okay. I always felt like everything was my fault. And even now, like as an adult, like I always feel anything that I do, especially if I love you, like in my mind, I'm never a good enough wife. You know, because I love him so much and I want to be there for him so much. I'm not a good enough mom. I'm always guilty about everything. If I take anything for myself, I'm guilty, and I know that that comes from there, you know, because I've been feeling guilty for so long, and it's maladaptive behavior that I picked up, and I don't even notice that I'm doing it and how destructive it is. And I know now that that's when it started, you know, because then I wanted to protect my little brother and sister. Then I was wondering, like, oh my God, what if this happens to them? So I didn't used to sleep because I wanted to watch over and make sure that this wasn't going to happen to my little sister or my little brother. And so protecting everybody was like my thing when it wasn't supposed to be, you know. So I just wanted to protect my mom. I didn't want, what if my brother and sister got taken away? Well, and now I feel guilty, like now I'm not saying anything. Well, maybe if I would have said something, maybe whatever happens to my sister because I didn't say something. So it always went back to me and what I was doing wrong, and not what was happening to me. It was never about what was happening to me. It was always, well, how am I handling it, you know? And so I learned to just put it away, so that it was either lose my mind or put it away in this box where you don't deal with it. I've always felt like I wasn't being genuine. I've had so many friends that have gone through the same thing, that the same thing has happened to them. And I was never like, hey, this happened to me too, you know, so it made me feel maybe ungenuine at times. And like I said, I always just masked it as being strong. You know, I'm strong. If I saw a story on TV of somebody who was broken by it, or maybe made really bad decisions, or more broken than I was, I always felt like, oh wow, like I'm so sorry that happened to them. Like I'm so happy I was strong, and I'm so happy. But that's not the thing. It affects people in different ways. Everybody deals with grief differently, and I was dealing with my grief just on the inside, you know, and I think that I got really attached to people, and it was really hard for me to, and even to this day, it's hard for me to let people go because of it, you know, because I don't want, you know, I don't want to give up on people. The most difficult part about my healing journey has definitely been owning that I was a victim. I don't even like the word victim. I always want to feel strong, and I never want to feel like I am boo-hooing myself, or for lack of a better term. But I think that the hardest part for me has been owning that something happened to me and saying it out loud to others, like this did happen to me. I think that has been the hardest part, but here I am. I hope with my story, to be a beacon, a light for people to know that, for kids especially, to know that it's okay to speak up. This doesn't reflect who you are. This doesn't and won't define who you are unless you let it. You have to speak about it. You have to heal. And I think that's going to be my way, or that's going to be my way of spreading love to people that have gone through the same thing, is being able to be their voice when they're not able to speak about it.